Boomers don't understand minimum wage and inflation. So I recently sold my car because it would cost too much to fix. And my GF and I work at the same place at the same time and go everywhere together anyway. Her grandpa got mad, saying, "Gee, how dumb it is to only have one car." Even though I could buy another one with the money I made the day we need a second car, I told him I needed the money more than the car. And he went on a long tirade about how when was my age he only made $2.30 an hour and was able to buy a house and have 2 cars. I put that into the inflation calculator. This dude was making the equivalent of $20.72 in today's money. $3,314 a month. His house payments were $33 a month, or $273 a month by today's money. Minimum wage in Mo right now is $11.15. I'm lucky to make what I make. Still less than $2,000 a month. And he wants to lecture me about money. When my papa died, we found the receipt from the hospital from when my mother was born in 1953, $35. Consumer luxury goods as a percentage of income have gone down in the last 60 years. It's the higher cost of necessities as a percentage of income is what's making life impossible. Boomers see that luxury goods are cheap and struggle to see the bigger picture. In their defense, they never had to. As a generation, they inherited the least amount of generational strife. And they're leaving the most amount of generational strife as they begin to exit. They don't have an answer to our problems because those problems are literally beyond their comprehension. Back in his day, gas was 10 cents per gallon and he would get change from $1 for dinner and a movie for $2. Ask him to do that today at the wage he was getting back then. Even putting that into an inflation calculator. Tell him how out of touch he is with reality. My grandparents' house payment was $300 including property tax a month. A 1-bedroom apartment is now at $1,500. I'm a boomer, however. I have 2 sons, 41 and 39. They have kids, 6 between them ranging in ages from 22 to 10, and I'll tell you this. I do get it. My father bought his first home before he was of legal age to hold title, so my grandpa and my mother, who was slightly older, held title for 9 months until my father's 21st birthday. 21. That's when he bought his first home. I could not even fathom owning a home at 21. I was 42 and only one of my boys owns a home, and while it's really nice, it's very small. A townhouse, so no yard at all. I don't even think homeownership is on my grandkids' radar. They're just trying to make it day to day, and I help 4 of them financially as much as I can. It's not easy for younger people. It's not relative. Wages have not increased at the rate of just basic living expenses. We are all in CA in the Bay Area, the heart of Silicon Valley, and we're now paying $5.45 for a gallon of gas. It just F% hash. $G sucks. They understand it. They just don't care. As long as their SSA adjustments beat it, they couldn't care less. Plus, bank loans were a nice conversation and a quick John Henry. Business didn't require masters or bachelors for minimum wage. Workers held all the cards. Corporations hadn't bought every fucking profitable area of capitalism and then sold it x10 back at consumers. My dad's first job after college, 1979, paid him $9.25 per hour. My first job after college, 2007, paid me $9 per hour. That means that with inflation, I was earning about a third of what he did at my age. But he insists that wage stagnation isn't a thing because he was earning $80,000 by the time he retired. His personal salary increased, so that means wages have gone up for everyone. Right? Boomers are horrifically myopic. In politics, I refuse to attribute to incompetence that which is adequately explained by malice. They know. As a generation, they get it. They're just too selfish to change. My great-uncle earlier telling me to find a job to put money away and then tells me how he did that. Working as a dishwasher. Person facepalming. He made enough to cover his rent in 15 hours. It takes me 40 hours. But if I made 15 an hour, that'd be over 130. We are closing in on minimum wage, having a tenth of minimum wage in whatever time frame this is from. It is a real issue and I am not sure how to fix it. I lived with my parents until I was 21 and my dad would give me shit for it because, when he was my age, he was making minimum wage and paid for an apartment, college, and a car. Finally, I got pissed about it and pulled up a bunch of apartment listings in the area that he kept telling me to look, and my bill for tuition for one semester. When I asked him if he could have afforded $1,800 a month in rent and a $8,000 tuition bill every semester on his old wage, he said no. Then I asked if he could afford it with what he makes now and he said no again. He never bothered me about it again. Some boomers have been able to completely avoid looking at the financial situation of people that make less than them, and they just say shit based on what they knew to be true years ago. It is very frustrating. That's why if a boomer lectures you about money, just laugh and tell them to fuck off. I remember my grandfather commenting on how I make more at my age than he did at my age. I told him money was still backed on gold and was worth a lot more when he was my age. He laughed and told me I was right. Sometimes I think they understand what's going on. It's just an attempt to make it seem like the issue with inflation and corporate greed was as big back then as it is today. It was all the leaded gas and water, lowered their IQs. I saw a comment on another post that I think describes it perfectly. Nobody wants to work anymore, is this current point in history's version of, let them eat cake. They lived the easy life and are old and out of touch with the way things are now. Fucking clowns. Dumbass boomer went on a rant on how he made enough money and a job to live comfortably? Like, what was the point? Saying how easy he had it compared to today. Or is he one of those blaming it on iPhones and Netflix? Stupid. That stupid grandfather was probably one of the dummies I went to school with. Many more boomers have seen this shitty situation developing for decades. Millions of us have voted against the assholes who have done this. I have a son who is one of the lost generation. I have 2 grandchildren from my other son who I fear will be even worse off. I see so much apathy, and buying into the Democrats are the same as Republicans, bullshit. When control is given to the fascists who have taken over the GQP later this year or in 2024, there will be no chance of ever reversing the damage of the last 4 to 5 decades. It makes me sick.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.